Hi there, it's Reed from Blue Bear Quilts, and I'm excited to announce that I am an Island Batik Ambassador again for 2023, and I'm so excited for all the projects that I'll be sharing with you this year. Let me show you a couple of the quilts that I made last year as an Island Batik Ambassador. One of them is the one that's right behind me. This one I called Reach for the Stars, and it's a Lone Star quilt, and it has kind of a lacy effect for being a lone star. It almost looks like a snowflake. So that was kind of fun. And that was with the Copperfield collection from Island Batik. And then another one of my favorites is this one. And it's called South Seas Shuffle. And it's made with the Island Batik gradations called Brilliant Blues. And this pattern, South Sea Shuffle, is available on my website. And another project I created last year is this one called Dashing Diamonds. And this one I believe was created with a collection called Mountain Gems from Island Batik. And this pattern, Dashing Diamonds, is also available on my website. So at the beginning of the Island Batik Ambassadorship, they send you a box in December. And so today I'm going to reveal to you all of the contents of what was in the box that they sent to me. So the first thing was this nice holiday card, which came from the president, and that was a nice little surprise. And there also was a catalog from Island Batik, and this is for the 2022 fall and winter collections. So this is a catalog that gets sent to all of the quilt shops and fabric stores, probably all over the world, and it's really beautiful. It's like a magazine, and the designers put their patterns in here along with the different fabric collections. So I have, I'm a designer now for Island Batik, a pattern designer, and I have 3 different quilts in this catalog that's going to the quilt shops, and they'll be ordering those patterns soon. And here are 2 of the quilts right here. This one is called Modern Spin, and this one is called River Reeds. And those patterns will be available in quilt shops soon, along with the fabric, and also on my website. So another thing I received was from Schmetz Needles, this little envelope, and in here we have some goodies. We have the Schmetz piecing and quilting needles, and a 10 needle costume pack, and vinyl needles. There also is a pocket guide that inside tells you all about needles, and also has a guide to show you, well, it shows all the different types of needles that they sell, and then there's a guide in here for what type of needle is appropriate for what type of project. And then there's also this luggage tag that also has that same guide that shows you what the code is. There's like a little painted circle on the needles, and this chart tells you what that painted circle means, like what type of a needle it is. And that was a very nice surprise from Schmetz Needles. Thank you very much, Schmetz. And here's one of the first fabric bundles that they sent, and this one is for the Fall 22 collection. And it is going to be used in my February project, which is making a puff quilt, which is also known as a bubble quilt or a biscuit quilt. It's those quilts that are puffy, and they're oftentimes used as baby quilts or pet quilts, because pets love to lay on these quilts. And Kids love to lay on them. They're very stimulating because they're puffy, and so they're great for like kids to lay on for playtime and things like that. So in February, I'll be using this collection that's called Double Dutch to make a biscuit or puffy quilt. And you can see that these are blues, and so I think a real striking look is blue and white quilts. And so I'm probably going to use some white fabric in combination with these beautiful blues to make the puff quilt. And then these are the other fabrics that they sent, coordinating fabrics that they sent to go along with it. There's like a light blue and a navy blue, and so those may be incorporated along with some white fabric. Hobbs Batting also very graciously has sent 4 different types of batting, and I'm really excited to be using these because I love using their batting. And so this first one is Hobbs Heirloom 80/20 bleached batting. And so this one, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a real white batting because it's been bleached. And so if you have a quilt that primarily has white fabric, or fabric that you might be able to see through real easily, this would be a great batting to use because the white isn't going to cause a shadow on your white fabrics in the quilt. And another one that kind of has the same purpose is this one, which is their Heirloom 80/20 black batting. And this you would use on quilts that have a lot of dark fabric or black fabric because again, you don't want things to show through, and so if you have black fabrics you can use black batting, and sometimes little tiny puffs of batting poke through when the quilting is done, like on a long arm quilting machine, and so with this black batting it's not going to show up. Those little fuzzy things won't show up like they would if you were using a white batting or an off-white batting. And then this is my favorite. This is their Hobbs Heirloom Premium Cotton Batting, and this is kind of in an off-white color. It's a real natural batting, and it just drapes beautifully, and it's easy to quilt with. I just really like working with this batting a lot. And then the last roll they sent was Hobbs Poly Down Premium Polyester Batting. And this is nice and white, as you can see, so it would work very well on a white quilt, or it's going to work on any of them, really. And the nice feature about this is that polyester batting gives that nice puffiness that you sometimes get when you double layer battings or use a cotton batting along with a wool batting. And so you can get a lot of nice puffy texture using this polyester batting. And it also is great because it'll give warmth in the winter, and it's also fairly cool in the summer. So that's a fun batting to use. And I'm so thankful to Hobbs for sending all of those battings for us to use in the coming year. Then some of the other fabric that they sent was a Batik Foundations bundle. And so these are their various foundation fabrics, and they're just fabrics that they normally have on hand. So there's a green, kind of a teal color, a blue solid, a lime solid, another blue, there's like a slate gray solid. So just all kinds of fun fabrics to use in that bundle. And then this one, I don't know what's in here because it says surprise. And that's going to be used in the May project. And it's fabric that came out in the winter season of 2022. So we're going to have to wait until closer to May to see what's in this bundle. But I'm excited, and I'm sure it will be beautiful. And the other thing that we're going to be using in that May project is a Studio 180 ruler. And I love these rulers. This one is called Corner Pop. And basically what it does is it puts a corner on just about anything you want to put a corner on. So when you talk about a snowball block, that's the one that has the different color corners in all 4 corners. This particular ruler would allow you to do that. So there are things that are called chisel shapes, which are a rectangle, and then they have like a half square triangle at the top that creates a chisel. You'd be able to create that shape with this. And I believe you can make 5 different sizes with this ruler. And so this is called Corner Pop by Studio 180, and I'm really looking forward to using this ruler. Thanks so much to Studio 180 for providing us with rulers. Then there are some basic fabrics that we have to incorporate with the quilts. This one is called gray, white, and black. And those are real nice neutrals to use in quilting projects or as backing. And then they also sent this beautiful one that may be used in a quilt or as backing, and it's called Snow. It's just a real nice, soft, white fabric. And then in June, we're going to be making flying geese projects, and we're going to be using pre-cuts in order to do that. So they've sent 4 different pre-cuts. And this first one are 2.5 inch strips, and it's called Tantalizing Teals. That's part of their gradations line. And then another one that they sent is called Glorious Greens, and this also would be part of that gradations pack. And these are 10-inch squares. And then here's another pack of 2.5 inch strips. This particular one is called Holiday at Home. That looks like a lot of fun with all of those reds and greens. And the coordinating fabrics they sent for that are like a tan and this beautiful solid red. So that might be what I end up making flying geese with. And then the last pre-cut that they sent is another 10-inch pack, and it is called Prairie Dreams. And it has all kinds of fun fabrics in it. And the coordinating fabrics that they sent to go with that are a tan and a real deep purple, which goes along very nicely with those fabrics. So in April, I'm going to be making a crazy quilt. And when you make a crazy quilt, you put all kinds of decorative stitches on top of the quilt. And so you want to use some beautiful thread when you're making those decorative stitches. So Aurifil has sent this pack that is called Passion Flower. It's called Passion Flower, and it is 3 beautiful spools of 50 weight cotton in various shades of light blue. And 50 weight cotton is perfect for piecing, and it's also perfect for making beautiful decorative stitches. So I'm really excited to be using this thread from Aurifil to make that crazy quilt. And Aurifil is one of my favorite threads. So thank you so much, Aurifil, for sending those beautiful blue threads. And then I have one more thing of fabric to show you. They have sent 3 of these 5-inch strips. And this one is in some beautiful purples. And there's another one that has some greens and yellows and blues. And the last one has some oranges and maroons and dark greens. And these are perfect for any type of a project where you might want to use a larger strip. They're a lot of fun to work with. So I am so excited to be an Island Batik Ambassador for 2023, and I look forward to sharing all of my projects with you. So be sure to follow along on the blog. Every month there will be a blog entry. It's at www.bluebearquilts.com. You also can follow along on Instagram and Facebook at Blue Bear Quilts. And I also do quite a few videos on TikTok and YouTube that will also feature the quilts and projects that I'm making as an Island Batik Ambassador in the year 2023. So be sure to follow along and subscribe to this video so that you'll see all the updated videos of my projects. And be sure to give it a thumbs up and a like and share it with your friends. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.